impossible.
Walnut, maple, mahogany. We're gonna make a cutting board. So with these 3 woods, we're gonna make a very unique cutting board that I think is gonna blow your mind as much as it did mine. This cutting board design hurt my brain for a long time while I was staring at it, trying to figure out how to make it. I think I know how to make it, but it's still not gonna be very difficult to glue up, even if I do make it. So we're gonna try to figure this out. I actually couldn't find the one I was looking for before, but I did find a more complicated design to do. It's this. Can you see that? See how ridiculously complicated that is?
I found the one I actually was thinking about building before. It's actually made out of hexagons, which is pretty weird.
Because this is so complicated and this stuff is not a cheap assortment of wood right here, I'm going to make a test piece out of just like pine. A little bit easier to replace that, so I'm going to make sure all my geometry works out because I have to make a perfect trapezoid that creates half of a hexagon that can also be glued to other hexagons and match up on all sides, even if rotated 30 degrees. It's complicated, okay? I don't even know what I'm talking about. 30 degrees should be the angle I need to make a 60-degree angle when combined, which would create a hexagon if everything works properly. And this is actually making 30 degrees, which I doubt. It looks about like a, part of a triangle there, which is what it should look like. But we're gonna measure as accurately as we can what this corner looks like. 0.9220, and we make another cut with the table saw here. It needs to be 9.220 right there. And then we go up, should make exactly the same distance, and then if we put 2 of them together, it should make a perfect hexagon. That's what we're trying to see. Let her rip.
Okay, it's a trapezoid. Is it perfect? I don't know yet.
We set a stop at an arbitrary distance, it doesn't really matter, and we're gonna start cutting little blocks. That's one. That's one way to do it, but it's really boring. Looks like a stick and hexagon. We gotta cut out a bunch though to see if they line up.
Actually, we don't. What we could do is just line these up.
Wow.
Looks pretty good. This might actually be possible.
Why is it so dark?
You're literally on a white surface. That's why, actually, because you're on a white surface. And it should divide perfectly. It's close. Nearly impossible to make this look good, I think. Way. It's actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. I'm sure if it was flat, it wouldn't actually look too horrible.
Trios back together. Yes, it's the same 3 woods that absolutely everybody uses for stuff like this, but they look so good together. That's why I do it, because they look good. Fire extinguisher just in case. You never know. They are ready.
That's wild. You can't see anything at all.
So a few things have happened since I saw you last time. It's been like a week of time. And I glued up things without filming it because I didn't have my camera and I just wanted to get it done. I cut them all out, I glued them together. It's not that complicated. That's the summary. You're welcome. We have one that's walnut and maple. We have one that is mahogany and walnut. And we have one that is maple and mahogany. That's the 3 combinations we need because we have 3 different woods, so you need 1 combination of each. Where was I? We're gonna cut these out. Did I already say that? Probably. Right there. Go right there. First we're going to cut off the ends, and then we'll cut full thickness. That's a lot of little stop signs. This is going to make 2 cutting boards. Okay, I think the first thing we need to appreciate is the finish quality that 44 tooth Diablo on the miter saw produces. That is just absolutely spectacular.
So this one goes here, and this one goes here.
Okay, I glued up 2 cutting boards. Well, actually, I didn't glue them up. I just put them together. A little one and a big one, and I got 5 extra pieces, so it worked out. I'm gonna glue up the small one first, and it's not gonna be a straightforward glue up because it's hexagons. I never glued up hexagons before. How do you do that? Tell me how. Tight bond 3. Getting a little bit low. We got backup. A little bit thick, but no, not bad at all. That okay? Is it okay if I just commentate the whole time instead of playing music? Okay. Alright, we're set up again with blocks. It's pretty tight. Well, it's safe to say I still have not figured out the secret to making a 2-way clamp up super tight. Just does not seem to be possible. Well, it's next morning and this looks like a cutting board still, so that's good. Actually looks pretty flat, which is cool. So let's hit with the belt sander, scratch this off, and then throw it through the planer and see if it blows up. If you're a woodworker, you should be actively looking for a 6x48 belt sander if you don't already have one, because these things are life-changing, really. So I never made an grain cutting board before. I'm hoping one of you guys has. So are they more stable or less stable as far as twisting and cupping goes? I feel like it's going to be more stable, but I really don't know. Did not chip out too much. It didn't explode. So I just took super light passes, like less than 128th, I think. And it did fine. I mean, I don't know how good it looks on camera. It looks pretty cool from here. There. I'm gonna glue up this one, and I'm gonna do this to you again. This is exactly like that one. So I'm not gonna film it. Okay, it's glued up. It looks fine. Back to the belt sander. I really would like it to be thinner because it's super heavy the way it is. But I don't know, it's more stable that way. We're gonna cut this off with the radial, which is just the best saw in the world. Little chamfer, nice and geometric. Pop the grain! It looked better before. Hopefully the oil won't be quite as dark, because I actually like it not like that. It makes all those broken fibers that are stuffed in there pop up because they're expanding with the water, and then they'll sit there somehow, and you sand them back down and they cut off for real instead of just squishing down. So then when you wash the cutting board, it will not be all rough like some cutting boards are. This is 220 grit, which is really as smooth as it needs to go. Gonna wipe it down, and then we're gonna oil it, and I'm not very excited about this one, because it looks a lot better like this. So I wish I had some sort of oil that would not make it darker, but would protect it. Here we go. Sad. Yeah, it's too dark, too low a contrast. Pretty disappointing overall. So, this cutting board has gone through some things, and I haven't filmed it anyway because I totally forgot about filming. I am leaving it the hexagonal shape on the edges, which, wow, it looks cool on camera. Does not look, you know, quite as good in real life, but it looks pretty cool with the edges like that. I really like that. I wasn't going to do that originally. I was just going to cut it off rectangular, but I really like it this way. I have sanded a little bit. I've planed it. I'm going to polish it as well as I can. Get it really smooth, and not oil it because it looks way better unoiled. I just raised the grain, but it like barely did anything. Secret weapon, steel wool. cuts off fibers, doesn't scratch up new ones, polishes things, does clean up things up pretty well. It's even shinier. So, I built these things so long ago, I don't even remember most of the build, but I filmed it, so it was cool. This one looks way better to me. I would like to know your opinion, though. Which one do you like better? The dark, square, oiled one, or the rough and very geometric, unoiled one? I think this one's way better. Some people might like this better. I don't know. This is really fun. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe. All my videos are pretty much like this. I do cool stuff, I build stuff, I tell you how to do things. I don't know what I'm doing myself, but I can at least tell you how to do it after I figure it out. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one.